Hello everybody, this is Cap here with another Windows tips and tricks video. In this video I'm going to be talking about customizing your interface. So the first thing we need to do here is get to the personalization page. You can do that by right clicking on your desktop, going down to personalize, and then clicking it. And this is where we want to be. So the way that you customize your interface is to make a theme for your windows and your icons and all that stuff. So we can start out with, or use if you want, just a default theme to have kind of the arrow themes here, and then the older, more basic themes down here. Windows Classic and Windows 7 Basic. But we're going to start out with our Windows 7 arrow theme, and the first thing that we're going to look at here is the window color. So what this is going to do is it's going to change the color of our window outlines, like up here. So we can change it to red, and as you can see, it now has kind of a reddish tint. And we can also adjust the intensity to get up to really bright red, or we can bring it back down and it kind of turns purplish because it's transparent, but we can fix that if we want by disabling transparency. And now you can just kind of adjust it and it'll only be red and you won't get that purplish tint. So I'm going to bring that up there and enable transparency. And then we're going to go to Advanced Appearance Settings. So in here you can modify a lot of stuff. Title bars, borders, backgrounds, desktop, a lot of stuff. I'm going to start off by just kind of giving you guys an example of what you can do with this with window. And we're just going to change that to black, which will change the background of our windows to black, and then the foreground or fonts to green. Then I'm also going to change icon. You can adjust the size of them. Font, and you can adjust the font too if you'd like. Let's see. What font do we want? Let's just pick Impact. And let's make it a little bit larger so we can see. So now we can apply that. And this usually takes a few seconds. There we go. And as you guys can see here, it changed the font of our icons and our text here, and the inside of our windows. So there is a lot that you can alter and modify with the advanced settings there. But if you guys change something and you don't like it and you can't figure out how to change it back, you can select the theme you were using, right click that theme, delete, and then start over. And I'm going to come back here, I'm going to choose red again, bring it up there, and I'm just going to save changes to that. And let's now move on to the desktop background. So in here we can change our background wallpaper, I guess you could say. You can change to any of these Windows desktop backgrounds, or you can also go to the picture library here, which would be which would most likely be the place where it would save all of your pictures by default. But if you have somewhere else where you save your pictures, like say if you want to put a background of your family or whatnot, you go to Browse and find that folder / directory in here. Oh, whoops. Ignore that. And Okay, so let's come back to this page, and I want this one, that one, and that one. And as you can see, down here we have kind of a slideshow thing going on, and we can shuffle them, and they change every 10 seconds. You can also modify it to go anywhere from 10 seconds all the way up to a day. And, you know, picture position, you can have, you know, different fits and whatnot, but fill is usually, you know, the one you're going to want to choose. So I'm actually going to change that to 30 seconds and save changes. The next thing we're going to look at is sounds. You can actually you know, modify what sounds you want it to play. Like, for instance, here, basically it plays you can tell it to play a sound based on a event that happens. So if I minimize here, I can have it play, you know, any of these sounds, whichever sound I want, or a custom sound if you guys want to make a custom sound, and save it as a, you know, .wav file. You can then go to browse and find that sound and, you know, put it in here. So let's say I want ring out. So I hit apply, okay, and I minimize this. If you guys heard, I think you guys could probably hear that, but it made, you know, that sound when I minimized it. So I'm going to come back here. I'm actually going to set this back to the default. Apply, okay. And then the next thing is the screensaver. So there's a lot of default screensavers you can pick. There's a 3D text, which is my personal favorite. And then there's blank, bubbles, Mystify, photos, and ribbons. I'm sure you guys all know have seen these before. But I'm going to choose 3D text here. We can go into settings, and you can, you know, choose the text that you want it to display. You can choose the font. You can choose the motion, so you don't just have to have it spin. You can also have it seesaw, wobble, or tumble, or just, you know, sit there. You can also adjust the resolution, the size, the rotation speed. You can choose the color. So you can modify a lot for your screensaver, or change a lot of settings for your screensaver. You can also have it wait, you know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, however long you want to make it. And I'll just hit apply there. Okay. And the next place we are going to go is change mouse pointers. So with the change mouse pointers, we can change our mouse scheme. So if you have trouble seeing your cursor, you can, you know, change the scheme to magnified to have a larger cursor. You can also change it to have a really large cursor. I think there's one that's even bigger. Yeah, there. So if we hit apply, now you'd have a hard time losing that cursor. But I'm just going to go back to none, apply. And you also, I don't know why that's disabled, enable pointer shadow. I kind of like that for some reason. But then you can go over to pointer options, and you can actually select how fast. Well, not necessarily how fast. I'd say, you know, the sensitivity. For any of you gamers out there, you probably know, you know, what I mean by that. If you bring it all the way up to fast, you know, it doesn't take much. You can just barely move your mouse and it'll just jet across the screen. So, you know, adjust that to whatever you're comfortable with. You also have snap to, visibility, which actually puts a trail behind your mouse pointer. So for anybody who likes that. I mean, if you're giving a presentation or something of that nature, I could see how that could come in handy. You can hide the pointer while typing, and you can also show the location of the pointer when you press Control key. This is really comes in handy when you have multiple monitors and you can't really find your pointer. Instead of shaking your mouse around violently, you can just hit the Control key, and it'll put that kind of ring around your mouse until you see it. And it's pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty noticeable. So then you can go down to the wheel and adjust how far down it goes when you scroll. You can have it go by lines, and you can also have it go by screens. So you can adjust that to your liking. And then of course there's the hardware tab over here, which just tells us about our mouse and buttons. Oh yeah, the buttons tab. If you're left-handed, you can enable this, which will switch the primary and secondary buttons. Also, if for some reason you have trouble double clicking on icons fast enough to open them, then you can adjust that to your liking. So I'm going to hit OK there. So done in there. And here we go. Taskbar and start menu. Here you can adjust your taskbar and start menu, which is this, and of course your start menu here. So the way I have it set up here is to hide it, which basically makes it go off the screen until I move my mouse over there, and then pops it out so I can use it. And if you want to enable that, you just click in the checkbox here for auto hide in taskbar, or auto hide the taskbar, and then you can actually snap it to the bottom, left, right, or top. So if you want to take more of a Mac approach, I think Macs have it on the top. You can have it set to top there, apply. As you can see, now it's on top. But I'm just going to keep it to the right. You can also go over to Start Menu, Customize, and then customize your Start Menu. Here, as you can see, you can adjust the number of recent programs to display. The usual amount is 10. So put 10 in there and click OK. Oh, whoops, I didn't hit apply. There we go. So you can see it's considerably shorter than it was when I first clicked the start button. If I go back in here, I can change it to 20, hit OK, apply, and as you can see, there are a lot more program options there. So you guys can just adjust that to your liking. I'm going to put it back to 10 there. And that's pretty much, I think, all I wanted to cover in this video. And if you want to save this theme, then you go over here and you click Save Theme, and you type in what you want to save it as, and click Save. So then when you come back to this page, you can switch in between different themes if you want to. But I'm going to switch back to my other theme here, and then delete that one. So, if you guys like this video, let me know by hitting the like button. If you've seen a few of my videos and you really like them, go ahead and subscribe so you can see when I post new ones. And I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.